We've come a long way, baby.
Welcome to Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, your show for compassionate living without sacrifice. On this episode of Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, we're talking vegan barbecue. Yes, you heard right, vegan barbecue. My guest, Kerry Fitzmaurice, founder of Pure Grit vegan barbecue sauce, hot sauce, and dry rub, tells us all about barbecue, vegan style. Kerry shares many of the ways she uses her products and barbecuing year-round. Plus, recipes featuring Pure Grit products. Barbecue. When most people hear that word, what comes to mind is animal body parts slathered in sauce and charred on a grill. And some barbecue sauces themselves contain animal ingredients. So what's in it for vegans? Well, now we can barbecue worry-free with a barbecue sauce, hot sauce, and dry rub that is made with vegans and vegetables in mind. Joining me is Kerry Fitzmaurice, founder of Pure Grit, to tell us all about it. Kerry, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. This is so exciting.
Pure Grit is on the rise. You've been featured in the New York Times.
Yeah.
You have some more exciting stuff happening. What compelled you or inspired you to start a vegan barbecue product company?
It's a good question. Pure Grit started about 2 years ago. I was in Austin, Texas, and I wanted to go out for barbecue with my friends. Like yourself, I eat a predominantly plant-based vegan diet, and barbecue traditionally doesn't really focus on that community. There weren't a lot of options, right? Even the baked beans had pork in it. So I came up with this idea of like, okay, well, if I miss barbecue, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that miss barbecue and love barbecue and want to be included. Because barbecue to me is fun, it's gathering, it's conversations, it's laughter, it's community, it's sharing plates and grabbing food from each other.
Yes.
And I wanted to be a part of it, but I couldn't share. And so that was the impetus for the idea. And then we started developing the sauces and the rub. And then when COVID hit, my goal was really to open a restaurant because I wanted to share all the recipes and everything with people. But because of COVID, we really turned our attention to the sauces because I thought, you know what, everybody's at home, everybody's cooking at home. Why don't we create some barbecue essentials and some kits so people can start enjoying it and experimenting at home? And that's how we first launched with the stovetop smoker to try to teach people in smoke bags about barbecue at home. And that's kind of how it all started. Our dream is still to feed you in person, but we also want to supply everything so you can feed yourself.
Which is amazing. I love the two options.
Yeah.
We'll show you the recipes that she makes, some of her favorites, and
some of yours
that my sister, Chef Maria, created for Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle with Pure Grit.
So exciting.
So we'll show you these.
The products are gluten-free, so that's also important to know. The rub is a really amazing rub. It's got everything you expect, but a lot that you wouldn't. Like whenever I talk to people, they're like, okay, sure, you've got smoked paprika, salt and pepper, but you'd be surprised. There's some lemon peel, there's some exciting different ingredients here that you might not expect, including obviously smoked salt. The barbecue sauce, we like to consider our products regionally agnostic. I wouldn't call it Memphis or South Carolina or Tennessee or Memphis or Kansas City. I would literally just call this a really great basic barbecue sauce meant to combine. So if you like your barbecue sauce sweeter, add some maple syrup. If you want it to be more like Memphis, add some mustard. You can really make it your own, and so it's great for the whole family is what we have found. Now our hot sauce is mild. So people like hot sauce. This is not a ghost pepper. This is not going to burn you out. This is not going to have you chugging soy milk, as the case may be. But it is a really good mild hot sauce, and it's a pourable. Like we pour it on everything versus douse it. So this is a really good mild hot sauce. So together, you can combine this to make this hotter. There's a million combinations.
I'm not a barbecue connoisseur because I have been veg since I was 12.
Right.
And I grew up more, let's say, Italian. I was born in New York, but I grew up more Italian. So when you were saying Kentucky, I tell us more about that because it's new to me. It's so new to me.
Well, barbecue is a very regional experience.
No
And it's
idea.
also very unique to different countries. Like Australian barbecue is different than UK barbecue.
okay.
It's very much about the local populations. And so in the United States, you had different groups in different states. And in Texas, it's very different than Kansas.
No idea.
And so it also, like Alabama, they call it Alabama white because it has mayonnaise in it.
Oh.
And then you get down into Texas, they don't use any barbecue sauce necessarily because they think if the technique was done right, you don't need it. And so it's really fascinating to me. And I think that there's also different, depending on the wood that's available in the region, some people may do hickory, some people may do apple. It really depends on the wood that's also in the region and grows there because you want it's probably the first sustainable, you ate the protein that was nearest and you cooked it with the nearest wood and that's what you made. And so that's why there's also some people are really into brisket in the South, or maybe it's a whole hog, or maybe it's chicken. Now that's barbecue. For us though, the beauty of, I wouldn't say reinventing, there's a lot of people that are doing vegan barbecue, is there's no rules. It's who cares?
Well, cuisine is invented by humans, right? So when people freak out, I'm like, cuisine is invented and changed, and it morphs and it fuses.
Exactly. And
by
so
humans.
I don't think vegan barbecue needs to be anything other than delicious, bottom line. So you can do, for example, yesterday I rubbed with mustard, which is a very traditional technique, packed it with salt and pepper in our rub, and then I smoked it. And you can smell it, it's delicious. You make sandwiches with it. I cube it up and put it in salads. You can do so many different things in different proteins and vegetables and really just have fun with it. And you can smoke it in a smoker or bake it in an oven. It doesn't matter.
I love this. I'm learning so much. I love learning new things. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I think I have a maybe Alabama white-ish.
Oh yeah, your
thing coming
aioli.
up.
I think that's a great idea.
So I'll show you what Chef Maria created, which I'm so excited about. I'm mainly a raw vegan, so when I get to eat things that have potato chips in them, it's a treat to me. It's fun.
Yeah.
So you wanted to show us something that using the smoker.
You want to do that now?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, you can barbecuing at home. You can obviously do it on your grill outdoors. You can get a smoke box. You can get an actual smoker. You can do a stovetop smoker. There's also a cheat, which Jessica in the kitchen, she's an amazing vegan chef, showed me. This is wood chips that we sell in little packets. Throw that in the oven, and it'll add some smoky flavor. That's a little bit of a cheat. But here's a stovetop smoker. So this is an example of smoked squash. So what I've done is, this is what a spaghetti squash looks like, covered in mustard and rub, face down in the smoker for about an hour and 20 minutes. And what you get is this amazing, do you see it? It just sort of falls apart like this. And you can smell it.
Magical.
Isn't that nice?
Ooh, that smell, it's like a mesquite smell?
Yeah.
Is that what you would call it? Mesquite.
Yep, this is that's the wood chips I used for this one. So then we won't go through the process, but dump it in a bowl and mix it in with some barbecue sauce. And we're going to show you a slider that we created earlier using just literally smoked spaghetti squash and barbecue sauce. That's it.
You will need 1 cup vegan barbecue sauce, 4 tablespoons vegan hot sauce, and 1 medium spaghetti squash halved lengthwise. Brush the squash with hot sauce, covering it thoroughly. Place the halves face down on a parchment-lined baking sheet and bake at 425 degrees until fork tender, about 35 to 40 minutes. When the squash is done, scoop out the strands into a strainer placed over a bowl to drain any liquid, drying the strands as much as possible, and discard any liquid. Mine had very little, as you can see. Place the squash strands in a bowl and season with salt and pepper. And stir to combine. Add the barbecue sauce and mix until it is thoroughly incorporated. It might seem like a lot at first, but it really does absorb. You see how the squash is drinking up the barbecue sauce? It will all soak in. Done. Spoon 2 tablespoons of the squash mixture onto a slider bun, top with pickled onion and arugula, close the sandwich and serve warm.
Another option would be you could make a sandwich. So we do gluten-free cornbread waffles. And the recipe's on our website. And what I sometimes do for sandwiches like this, I just cut this in half, and then I'll make a little sandwich. And sometimes I even press it in like in a panini or in between two pots.
Yeah.
So this is also great gluten-free solution for you and for anybody else out there that wants something special and gluten-free.
I love that. And I'll just finish then this with pickled red onions, which is very easy to make.
Shockingly easy. Thank you for showing me this. I would have never done this without you.
Chef Maria.
Never.
Chef Maria.
I was too intimidated, and it's so easy.
It is so easy. You'll need 1 red onion thinly sliced, ½ cup apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon vegan granulated sugar, 1½ teaspoons salt, and 1 cup hot water. To slice the onions, set your mandolin to an 1/8 inch. Place the slices in a deep bowl or jar. Or more than 1 jar. Combine the apple cider vinegar with the sugar, the salt, and the hot water to make the pickling liquid. Pour the liquid over the onions, cover it tightly, and let it sit in the fridge for 1 hour. And then just some arugula, and I put plant butter on it to glue it together, and it adds a little bit of flavor. So Maria, I hope you don't mind. I know you do. I know you love when sis, your little sis, plays with your recipes. So that's sweet. And the combination of these flavors is out of this world. So you mentioned the waffle, and one thing I've never had. There's a lot of things I haven't had because I've been veg since I was a kid and vegan for so long. So chicken and waffles was something I had never had. So now it's like you can make things like this to put on her delicious cornbread waffles. And this is the recipe. This is, I can't. It's just incredible. This is barbecue crispy tofu with the mesquite, the hot sauce, the barbecue rub, the hot sauce, and vegan barbecue potato chips.
Doesn't that sound incredible? It's gonna taste great on the waffle. We're gonna try that later.
Oh my god, yeah. What makes Pure Grit better for veggies?
That's a good question. When we formulated Pure Grit sauces and rub, we formulated specifically for vegetables, and so we really wanted it to taste as good out of the bottle as it does out of the oven or off the grill. Because a lot of barbecue sauces really only taste great once you've cooked them. Do you know what I mean? Because they've got a higher sugar content or higher vinegar content because they're meant to break down the proteins in the meat, right? And be smoked over a long period of time. What we wanted these to do is to just, you could use it as a salad dressing. You know, you could really enjoy it right out of the bottle or as a dip.
I actually did. I kept going.
That's because that's what it's such a good topper. And so that's what makes it really exciting and different in our opinion. They really were meant for veggies and to make veggies shine, because our ultimate goal is for you to pile more plants on your plate. Always has been. I think that people think of barbecue as having to be grilling time outside summer. And I'm trying to tell you, barbecue is all year long and doesn't have to involve the grill at all.
Yeah, I love
it doesn't have to be, I mean, I have people say to me, I can't wait to open it when I turn on the grill. The two have nothing to do with one another. When you turn on the oven, or even when you make a salad, you can open your barbecue sauce. Like, it should be your hardest working condiment, I would argue, above ketchup.
I love it. And I love that you suggested salad, because I'm a big salad eater. I like salads because I like to eat a lot, as you can see. And with a salad, you can eat a lot and you can have a lot of different
Yeah.
flavors.
You
So
don't need to buy
excited.
salad dressing. You can mix this with some of your your heart veganase,
Amazing.
and you can water it down with a little soy, oat, or almond milk, and you have like a ranch with a little salt and pepper and a little rub. You have a dressing, and I love the fact that you and your sister were able to pair up and even come up with some more recipes, because I'm so used to making, like my mac and cheese or tofu or whatever. Like, this is so fun.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Oh my God, I am so excited. Thank you. So we talked about this crispy barbecue tofu that Chef Maria created for Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle using Pure Grit rub and the rub. Sorry, I'm trying to think of all the ingredients.
Yeah.
So I will show you how we made this. You will need 1 brick of medium firm tofu cut into 6 slices. 1 cup full fat coconut milk. 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. 2 tablespoons Pure Grit hot sauce. 2 teaspoons onion powder. Half a teaspoon salt. 1 cup all-purpose flour. I'm using gluten-free. 2 tablespoons cornstarch. 3 tablespoons Pure Grit dry rub. 2 cups unseasoned breadcrumbs. And 1 cup barbecue vegan chips, crushed. Whisk together the coconut milk, apple cider vinegar, hot sauce, onion powder, and salt. Transfer to a deep dish and place your tofu slices. Mix together the flour, cornstarch, and 2 tablespoons of rub seasoning. Combine the breadcrumbs, crushed vegan barbecue chips, and 1 tablespoon dry rub seasoning. Take a tofu slice from the marinade and place it in the flour. Toss to coat evenly. Dip it in the marinade a second time and place it in the mixture with the flour and the chips. Place them on a parchment paper lined baking sheet. Bake for about 20 minutes at 350. Turn over and bake for another 20 minutes. Crispy barbecue tofu. So now what I did for that delicious sandwich is I made a vegan aioli using vegan mayo, and I put for 2 sliders of the tofu, I put 2 tablespoons of vegan mayo, a tablespoon of the rub. I put some garlic powder in it, but just mixed it together. Very, very easy.
Some garlic powder, and then did you add that turmeric sauerkraut?
Oh, I put that on top. I'll show you. Yeah.
Oh wow!
So
I've never even seen that.
I love it. I'm so addicted to it.
Oh good! I can't wait
So
to
delicious.
try it. It's
So I just put this on the bottom because I'm a glutton. I put it both on the bottom and on the top.
Why
and
would
I put
you
a
not?
lot. And vegan.
More is better.
Oh my God, right? Especially when we're talking barbecue, you can't like skimp, right?
Nope.
So just spread that on your bread. Okay, that is really a lot. And then place your crispy barbecue tofu on there. And then I love this. It's a raw sauerkraut. Very good for, you're supposed to say health, for digestion. I like it. Check with your doctor though, of course, whenever it's talking about health and stuff like that. So it tastes
I suppose
good
you could
too.
also do this, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to switch it up because of the squash.
I just think the colors are so beautiful.
Pretty. Yeah, right. So I just some of this turmeric, this raw turmeric sauerkraut, and then I put these cute little pickles, and then you top it, and there you have your easy crispy barbecue tofu slider. Let's see what Kerry thinks of Chef Maria's creation.
Delicious. Thank you.
So great.
This is such an amazing dish that you can eat hot or cold. You could actually cut that up and toss it in a salad.
Oh God, yeah.
Like,
oh, my
it's so
yeah.
versatile.
Actually, it's so nice because people who want to be vegan, you know, they're kind of, they have like their trepidations that they need
Right.
meat. Look at this. What Kerry showed us earlier. This, look at how, let's say, meaty that is. So these slice. If you feel the need to have something that you need to slice with a fork and knife, slice this like a steak, a tofu steak, and I just dipped it in the barbecue sauce, like Kerry said earlier. She said that these are actually ingredients that you can use even without cooking.
Right.
So you saw the
think that's important.
aioli, you know, the barbecue sauce. You can use them without cooking as well. Now you can fry these, and when Chef Maria originally gave me this recipe, I'm laughing because I'm a disaster at frying.
Well,
So, and I also, I always prefer, you know, I want to say the healthier option.
right. Air frying is
So-
my jam.
Oh yeah, I've got
Love
to try
it.
that as
Love
well.
an air fryer.
Okay, got to try that. Maybe next time we can do
We
an
can
air
air
fry.
fry. I love air
episode.
frying.
Okay,
And I
fantastic.
think to your point, it's people think that a vegan lifestyle somehow is salads and meditating, and that's not it at all. It's so much more than that. Like, I love decadent food.
Me too.
You love
Me
decadent
too.
food. We love to cook. We love to eat. We actually love to eat.
Love to
And
live.
And I think that people think that it's about deprivation,
No.
and it's not about that at all. It's
Absolutely.
about comfort foods and enjoying eating and gathering and having fun.
Oh God, yeah.
That's what
yeah.
it's about.
And just doing it without cruelty. And this is why, thank you for pointing that out, because this, I think, is why you started this company,
Yeah.
one of the reasons. And this is why I was actually urged to create Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle.
Exactly.
Because people, I'm finding out now, people have such a great misconceptions about what being vegan means. So if you're a vegan and tuning in, you'll know what we mean.
Yes.
And if you're just starting out, this is like a step up, right?
Right.
What Kerry's offering and these recipes.
Dip your toe in the water with a little
Yeah.
barbecue sauce.
And experiment. This is, you
Exactly.
know,
Have
there's
fun.
no mistakes. Like Kerry said earlier, if you're just tuning in, or if you want to hear it again, she said, you know, you experiment, you try things out. Cuisine is invented. You know, I put kimchi in my pasta.
Right.
You know, because we're humans. You know, flavors combined. This is how we have fusion
Yeah,
cuisine.
absolutely. There's no limits.
Yeah.
It's just have some fun. For example, a lot of times I'll marinate tofu or something that is really absorbent, you know, that really draws in the marinade. And also mushrooms are really great with a marinade before you smoke them. So absolutely use it as a marinade. I tend to use it more to finish. I use it as a finisher. But what's also nice to do is you can thin it out with some water or applesauce.
Oh.
Or orange juice or vegetable broth, and you can use it as a mop, and you can also just keep coating whatever you're cooking over the course of the cook. So that's also a nice little hack and fun way to infuse it with more of the barbecue sauce flavor. Especially if you don't have a smoker, you want to get some more of that rich taste inside.
Yeah, actually, Chef Maria created a plantain chip recipe using the barbecue sauce and orange juice to marinate them with other ingredients. I'm going to show you how to make Chef Maria's chocolate barbecue sauce with orange, cilantro, plantain chips. You will need 2 ripe medium plantains, a 1/4 cup aquafaba, 2 tablespoons freshly squeezed orange juice, 1 tablespoon brown sugar, 1 tablespoon water, 1/2 teaspoon dried cilantro, and salt to taste. In a medium-sized mixing bowl, stir to combine the aquafaba with the orange juice, the brown sugar, dried cilantro, and water. Slice each plantain on the diagonal into thin slices. Each plantain will yield about 16 pieces. Add the plantain slices to the aquafaba mixture and stir to coat evenly. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper and lightly coat with vegetable oil. Lay the plantain slices in a single layer on the baking sheet, careful not to overlap. Bake for 20 minutes on each side and sprinkle with salt. Let's make the chocolate barbecue dipping sauce. You will need 1 cup vegan barbecue sauce, 2 tablespoons 70% dark chocolate grated. Pour both the barbecue sauce and the dark chocolate into a saucepan. Simmer very slowly for 3 minutes while whisking continuously. Until smooth. Pour the sauce into a dipping bowl and let cool a bit before serving. And now it's time to taste. The hint of orange and cilantro in the plantain, combined with the tanginess of the barbecue sauce and the slight bittersweet of the chocolate, another level. See, you can't have a food show without tasting the recipes. Exactly. So thank you. Yeah, and we anticipate you trying these recipes out and letting us know what you think.
It's way easier than you think.
So great, so easy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Watch Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle to live your best vegan life. Subscribe to the Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle YouTube channel and catch up on all episodes. And follow on social media for exclusives and to find out what's airing next. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Lucia's Vegan Lifestyle, your show for compassionate living without sacrifice. I'm Lucia, I'm vegan, and this is my lifestyle.